Shalom Israel, it's your boy Nubreed coming through with another video. In this particular video, I want to talk about the dark secret, the truth behind all these food challenges, food reviews, mukbangs. And I know mukbang sounds like something real dirty and pornographic, but a mukbang is when a person takes a huge variety of food. They'll go to their favorite restaurant and order everything on the menu, and they'll just lay it out on the table and they just pretty much gorge themselves. I want to talk about the deep, dark secret behind all of this, the truth behind all of this. In this particular series that I'm working on, I'm going to do all the 7 deadly sins, and we're going to start off with gluttony. But not only am I going to talk about all the 7 deadly sins in a video series, I'm going to talk about how the media promotes these sins, the effect that it's having on the people, and I'm also going to speak about how to overcome these particular obstacles if you are one who falls victim to any of these 7 deadly sins. And I'm not going to do these series in any particular order, but I'm going to do them all starting with gluttony. Ladies and gentlemen, gluttony is truly a deadly sin. And I mean that literally, not figuratively. Gluttony will kill you and kill you quickly. Some of the people that I see doing these food challenges and food reviews and mukbangs, some but not all, are very unhealthy people. And this video is not to body shame or try to hurt anybody's feelings or anything of that nature. But literally, they're unhealthy to the point where they're at risk for heart attacks, strokes. You got some people who are hundreds of pounds overweight. And honestly, that is a very dangerous situation. So when I speak about this video, I'm speaking in concerns for brothers and sisters' health out there who are making these challenges when you are severely overweight and have health issues, have diabetes, high risk for strokes, all kind of health problems. And I don't want to see anybody fall victim to these issues. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the obvious. Now it's quite apparent that all of these videos of mukbangs, food challenges, food reviews, mass promotion of fast food restaurants, it's quite apparent that these particular videos are being pushed to the forefront on various social media websites. I mean, the numbers are astounding. And I get it. I like food. You like food. We all like food. But as I said before, and I will say again, anything being promoted on mass media has an agenda. So one have to question, what is the agenda? Why is this being promoted on such a vast level? And there's many questions you can ask. One thought that came to my mind is, could it be that the media, the controllers of this society, of this social purgatory, are they possibly trying to fatten us up for the kill? Fatten us up for the slaughter? I mean, that seems to make a lot of sense to me, especially when I look back on history, when I look at the times of old, and I'm talking about the warriors who had to hunt and gather their food. Back then, it was unheard of to even eat 3 square meals a day. I mean, because the human body is a lot more resilient than we think. I mean, we had to hunt during the day. We all in the woods hunting. We would do that all day. And we would usually eat 1 meal towards the evening. That's 1 meal a day. Now people's mentality is to the point where if we don't eat for 6 hours, we believe that we're starving. People literally say, man, I haven't eaten in 6-8 hours. I'm starving. No, you're not starving. Your body can work on fat storage, saved up energy. I mean, your body is a resilient, sophisticated, well-oiled machine. especially if you're feeding it the right foods. As the scriptures say, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. So we want to keep our body consecrated. We want to keep our flesh under subjection rather than to continue to feed that flesh, because you're never going to satisfy your flesh. And I believe that the media is feeding off the insatiable appetites and lack of discipline in order to not only bog you down physically, but it also clogs the pineal gland to keep you from actually waking up and gaining some of your impulses. This is why Christ purged the flesh, fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. When you leave the flesh rendered, your spirit becomes activated. The powers that be, they understand this. So it's important to fast. And we all got to realize a lot of people are dying, falling victim, perishing over the lust of their bellies. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are dying because of gluttony, that spirit. That's why in the scriptures in Philippians 3:19 it reads, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in the shame, who mind earthly things. See, what you got to realize is anything you put before the Most High then becomes your God. If you have a gluttonous spirit that you continue to feed, knowing that it can be your downfall, knowing that it's bogging you down and making you unhealthy, knowing that it's killing you, that then becomes your God, and that will be your destruction. So you absolutely have to understand how important this is to overcome. Many, many great men, great women, great people have fell victim to the lust of their bellies. In Proverbs 23:20, it reads, be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh. See, when you see somebody go through a drive-through and order 20 hamburgers, that's a riotous eater of flesh. Now, the scriptures tell us not to even intermingle with those type of people who are riotous eaters of flesh. And it tells us this for a reason. A lot of times I'll see brothers and sisters making videos doing mukbangs, and a general audience is cheering these people on. Although it's unhealthy, although it's detrimental and it's destructive to one's vessel, I'll see the audience cheering them on, eating all of this food, being riotous eaters of flesh. We're not even supposed to associate with that. At one point in time, it was looked down upon to be a glutton, to be greedy. You were looked at as a peasant. And I believe it was quoted in the book called The Warrior Diet that only farm animals and peasants even ate 3 meals a day. And y'all got to understand, for people who are not getting checks for eating on camera, being a glutton will bring you to poverty. Being a glutton will make you a lazy man. Proverbs 23:21. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. So that proves that man does not live off bread alone. We believe that that's a source of energy to eat, when actually your energy is being declined. If you starve the flesh, the spirit comes alive. And I can say firsthand, most of the time I have the most energy when I go about 48 hours without eating. That third day, I'm just full of energy. I feel great. And, I'm getting back to my fasting and my whole regimen and, getting back on my dean here. But for real, eating a lot of food and eating the wrong foods will make you a lazy bastard. And that's straight up. And for real, it ain't even in our DNA to be eating like that. So-called black people, when we eat a lot, what happened? We get something called the itis, right? That's just a fancy way of saying you ate too much, now you're lazy. You don't want to be in that place. You don't want to be in a lazy state of mind. Because what happens is you can't chase your goals. You can't be active in what you need to do because you didn't just ate so much. you done missed a job interview because you didn't caught the itis, or you wasn't at your best at the job interview because you were tired, you were bogged over, foggy. So that's why the Bible says a glutton will come to poverty. Laziness will clothe you with rags. Because look, if you don't have the energy to get out of the bed in the morning to go to work because you ate too much the day before, the night before, that's a problem. And then the times we're living in, we have to be on our A game. We living in times of war, and I'm talking about mental, physical, and spiritual war. So we really got to be on our A game, because you never know when all hell may break loose, and you have to be physically prepared for that. You know, I see a lot of people preparing, jogging, getting ready. We all got to be on that level, because you just never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Straight up. In the book of Proverbs 23:2, it reads, "Put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetites." You might as well put a knife to your throat if you're going to be given over to your appetite, because that's how deadly the food is out here, ladies and gentlemen. You might as well slit your own throat if you're going to sit there and eat a whole 30-piece bucket of chicken to yourself. Seriously, that's how dangerous it is, because your body operates on fuel like any other machine. If you're fueling your body with poison, then you're going the wrong direction real quick. It's just like a vehicle. If you maintain and keep maintenance on it, the longer it lasts. If you put that cheap oil, cheap gas in your car, it's going to burn out quick. It's straight like that. So ladies and gentlemen, I understand a lot of people are entertained by watching people eat all of this food. But I will tell you this, and this is most definite when I'm telling you. The more you watch these videos, the more you feed your carnalities and your primal side. The more you watch these videos, the more you're going to attempt to feed the flesh. What you put into your psyche and your mind is what you're going to get out. That's just like a person watching nothing but fitness channels and health channels most likely will begin to live that, will begin to do that. A person watching somebody do mukbangs all day will begin to try to attempt these things. So feed your spiritual side and not your carnal side. And fasting is very important. And I'm talking about very important. You must leave your flesh rendered right now at the sound of my voice. Hopefully you decide to find time to really fast. Let that spirit come alive, render the flesh, and really just get a hold of your life, and just go cold turkey for a while from food, because the media is purposely promoting these things to you. They want you to see this all day, every day. When you turn on a television, come to Chili's, come to Outback, come here, come there, do this, eat that. Get a hold of your life. You can survive weeks without eating. Weeks. And if you can accomplish a nice fast, you begin to take control of your life back and not give in to these appetites, because that's what they want. Are we being fattened up for the slaughter? That's the question. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video gives you edification for those who struggle with this gluttonous spirit. I hope that this helps you out in your journey and your walk. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Shalom and peace.